Hey there, it's me, Brett Fish. Welcome to another episode of Race with Me, and this one is going to be a fun one. In recent episodes, we've been focusing a bit more on kind of the negative or conflict inducing side of pitching up, of interrupting racism, of conflict and challenging people, all those kind of things. But now we're going to spin that around and look at something really positive that is hopefully going to inspire you and challenge you and just make you want to get more involved. And I'm talking about volunteering. I want to encourage you to find an organization nearby to where you live that is doing amazing transformational work in some area of society and encourage you to volunteer in spaces that will most likely lead to you working alongside black, colored, or Indian people. There are so many organizations across South Africa doing amazing work in schools, in prisons, with the homeless, with old people, feeding schemes. There are just so many different areas where you can get involved. And it's easy to find something that connects to the passion that you have. What are you passionate about, or who are you passionate about? And in terms of these organizations, the first thing that I'd like to suggest is that you put your money where your mouth is, or maybe put your money where you want your mouth to be. All of us have something to give. And so if you're watching this video, you've got something to give. Maybe it's only 5 Rand. Maybe it's only 50 Rand. Maybe it's 500 Rand. Maybe it's 5,000 Rand. Maybe it's more or less than that. But I want to say, if you're giving nothing at the moment to any organizations, find an organization or two that are doing amazing transformational work. If you don't know who they are, ask on social media. Your friends will tell you who's doing great work nearby to where you are. And even if it's 50 Rand a month, just start supporting an organization with what you can afford. But the next thing I want to say is actually, if you've got the time to find a way in a space to volunteer. Some of us have 9 to 5 jobs during the week, so maybe it's going to have to be on the weekend, or maybe it's going to have to be in an evening. For those of us that have more flexible time, like I do, I'm able to put a couple of hours aside every week or every couple of weeks to get involved. And I just want to let you know there are so many organizations doing amazing stuff. But when I used to think about volunteering, my thoughts were that this is all about other people. This is for other people. And to an extent, there's truth in that. We are volunteering so that we can help others. But what I've found, the more that I've done it, is that I walk away having benefited with my soul, having been rescued from the kind of life that tries to get me to believe everything is about me, about my comfort, about my happiness. And once I've been moved into spaces where I can start giving, especially spaces that are maybe struggling. And so one of the areas that I've been involved is in education, and specifically in the Grassy Park area near my house, where we have some schools that are under-resourced compared to the school that I went to, Westerford, and many of the other schools in the area. And so I've had an opportunity through an organization like Bottom Up, or like the Life Matters Foundation sometimes, to go into these schools and to meet teachers and meet pupils and just volunteer some time. Getting involved with programs that have already been designed by people that are way cleverer than me, and just find a space to go in and serve. And in doing that, I'm working alongside, in Cape Town it's usually black and colored people, and I'm making friendships. I'm getting to know people. I'm seeing through different eyes. I'm starting to have shared perspectives on things. And being in those spaces helps to develop empathy as well. So I want to encourage you to find a way to volunteer that is going to have you working alongside black, colored, and Indian people. And in doing that, be open to new friendships, be open to comfortable and uncomfortable conversations, be open to just getting to know people, and be open to hearing people's stories that are probably very different to your story. Just by hearing people's experiences, you can learn so much. You can have empathy grow deeply within you. You might feel like you don't have any time for that, and I just want to finish off by encouraging you with a story that really encouraged me. I think it was 2 years ago now that I heard of it, but I heard of a friend of ours whose the husband is a high-end actuarial scientist, I think he is, in town. Big money, big pressure, big heavy work hours or whatever. And we found out accidentally that once a week, during his lunch break, he would walk across the road to one of the local schools that was struggling a bit and struggling in the maths department, and he would sit and teach those kids their times tables. And I mean, that might sound small and insignificant, but when I heard it, I was blown away. I was like, that is so amazing. No, he doesn't post about it on social media. Nobody knows about it. But he's just faithful in doing it. He found a need in a space where he literally has to cross the road. He's taken other colleagues from work to go do it. And he just gets involved and he just does it. And it's the smallest little piece that is making a difference to tens, maybe hundreds of kids in that school. And in the lives of his colleagues that he's taking with him. And that starts to tell a story, and that starts to invite other people into a story. And part of that is reconciliation, part of that is restitution, part of that is us getting a little bit closer to this rainbow that we've always wanted to see and have never quite been able to grasp or have come close. And so I want to encourage you to start spending some money towards an organization that is doing good, and then find space, even if it's once a month, once a year, whatever. Find space to get involved and volunteer in a space where there are going to be people that don't look like you. And when you go into those spaces, go with an open heart, with an open mind, ready to hear stories, ready to change your perspective, ready to see what needs to be done. This is exciting, this is fun, and this is very doable. Where or how or with whom are you going to get involved? And I apologize for saying whom. Let's do it.